I mean, you don't need it.
Thanks. We've realised since doing podcasts that my voice travels very, very, very far. So I actually technically don't even really need a mic.
Brilliant.
And I didn't need a podcast to know that.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Unpacked. Today we are joined by Rhian.
Hi.
And to be honest, I mean, we don't know each other directly,
No.
but we know, well, we heard of you through Michelle at Rella Stationery.
Yes.
She says that your cakes are absolutely amazing.
Wonderful.
try
Good to hear. I should have brought some.
I know, you should have.
How awful of me.
But bar that, we just simply know that you're a good cake maker based in Cheshire.
Yeah.
So what exactly do you do? How long have you been doing it for?
So I'm just approaching my 5-year mark.
Okay.
I was kind of born out of lockdown. I've always baked. I've always baked for friends, for family. But I got bored in lockdown. I was one of those that was furloughed, needed something to do. I was at home with my little boy at the time. So I just baked and baked and baked. And I thought, why am I doing this and not making money out of it? So I made a page. I enjoyed doing it. And then I did it alongside work for a long time until I had my second little boy and I just didn't go back.
Right.
And that was I was due to go back to work in 2023 and just didn't go back. So yeah, created in 2020.
Yeah.
Weddings started in 2021. I was a bit nervous of them because they're...
So did you start with birthdays?
So I started with birthdays
sort of took
mainly,
off and
and then the weddings came along, and I do a mixture of both.
Yeah.
I do love doing the weddings though.
Yeah.
Just being part of that somebody's special day.
Yeah,
But it's more fulfilling, isn't it?
It's so much more fulfilling, yeah. And then when you see like the photos at the end, and just knowing you're a part of something, yeah.
Are they much harder projects than your birthday ones?
In terms of structure, yeah. Most of the time, because most of the time then they're fairly neutral in colour, whereas like birthday cakes come with like lots of toppers and colours and stuff.
I was looking at your birthday cakes actually. Some are really vibrant.
They
colours.
are, yeah.
They're impressive.
And I have had some vibrant wedding cakes.
Yeah.
But then most of them tend to be a bit more neutral, a bit more classic.
Yeah.
What is your biggest piece of advice that you would give to your bride and grooms?
There's always kind of been a bit of a stigma around nobody eats the cake. I get a message after every wedding saying that the bride and groom didn't even get a slice.
So they paid for it and not even bothered
and they've not
to
even
get
got a slice because they say under cater.
Yeah.
But I'll say I give the servings out for all my wedding cakes. You take whichever cake you want, but I will say don't under cater too far, because if it's good cake, the cake will go, because they only cut little slices. It's a bit stingy, really, isn't it? So they'll go back for more, and they always do.
Oh, I love that. So why do people usually say under cater?
But especially if you've been a day guest, you've been fed all day, haven't you? There's the canapes, the 3-course meal, and then you've got the evening meal.
Yeah,
Then
they've
you
started drinking.
Then you're full of beer.
Or they have a
And you've
donut wall off.
Yeah, they do. You try and come and screw me over.
Yeah. Taking your job.
People are just, they think people are just full, and then they've always had a dessert in the evening as well, whether it be a donut wall or whether they've served something. So, yeah, they don't think that people need it, but they still eat it, especially in the evening guests, because the evening guests they've not eaten tea before they've come to a wedding, because they know they're getting fed.
Yeah.
So they come and then they fill their boots.
Yeah. Do you have a signature? Oh, go on. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, I just, when I'm collecting like my stuff at night, I obviously see a lot of weddings.
Yeah.
And I can vouch that there's not always a lot of cake left, if any.
I think
sometimes.
it may depend on how good the cake is.
Yeah.
Because I bet
definitely.
there is. So I always say to my suppliers, my brides and grooms, don't undercater too much. And if you want some of that cake, you will be so busy, you'll forget to get it.
Yeah.
So
get them to cut you a bit off first.
Get them to cut some off, or save a whole tier for yourself. And very often the top tier is saved for them with an extra box, and the kitchen whip it off the top of the cake and put it to one side, and they pick it up the next day. Or eat it in bed, as I've had a couple do the other month. Literally received a photo of them eating it in bed.
Oh, that's so cute.
It was great.
I wanted a bit of each tier, because each tier is normally a different flavour, isn't it?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
when it was mine, I got to cut little bit.
Every single bit.
Yeah.
And I felt rude saying it, but I actually thought,
Well, you
well,
know, you've
I've
got to
paid for
taste it
I
all.
like
You've
it.
paid for it. You've chosen what you want.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
My mum
take
and dad
it.
left their wedding cake with my nan and granddad when they went on their honeymoon. Left a whole tier and then half of 2 tiers. And he ate all of it.
Oh,
They didn't get to eat any of the
no.
cake because my granddad ate the whole thing.
Oh, no. I'd be
They weren't
mortified.
happy. Do you have like a signature style?
So I'm buttercream based only.
Okay.
I've done the odd fondant cake, like
that
sugar
not
paste
for
cake,
you?
but don't tell people I do that. I hate doing it.
Do you?
Me and sugar paste, or fondant as people call it, we don't get on.
You're not best friends.
No, absolutely not. I'd honestly take my hat off to anybody that can do it. But yeah, buttercream based. And they tend to come in trends. So a lot of people, I call it the semi-naked style. So it's got like a slight scraping of buttercream around it.
I've seen
That
a
looks
lot.
really nice.
People really like them. And then
Yeah.
with the added flowers on as well, which I normally get from the florist that's doing everything all
Yeah.
day.
Oh, they're really pretty.
Yeah,
Those style
really
cakes. I've seen them
nice.
quite
when
a lot,
it all-
actually.
Yeah, there's loads. But I'd say the most popular one this year has been what I call like my ruffle cake. So it's fully coated in buttercream, and then it's just kind of like got a ruffled style buttercream to it. People go for it in white or cream, and again we just put flowers on it, and that's been the most popular.
Right. In every sort of venue, like not just rustic venues,
So
but
they really, I think the flowers make it, or whatever the bride and groom choose to add on to it, really make it.
Yeah.
brings the theme in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it'll sit in a rustic venue, or it'll sit in a modern venue, or somewhere that's more historic. It
Yeah.
just fit well.
Do you tend to find that the styles change a lot over the years? Like what's in trend?
Yeah, absolutely. So like the trend at the minute is all like the vintage piping that's coming back,
Right.
which I
Yeah.
absolutely love. I love
It
doing
suits your
it. I like
style,
doing
right.
it. They're really back in, and the heart-shaped cakes.
Oh, really?
People love them, and you
Yeah.
can do them tiered as well.
So are flavours trended as well, or are they
Um,
always just very random?
They can be quite random.
Yeah.
People normally always go for like a vanilla and either strawberry or raspberry jam. It's
Yeah.
a crowd pleaser, and they like to choose one that pleases everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then they massively vary.
Yeah.
And sometimes people go for all flavour in one cake, which I don't get. I don't get that.
No, I wouldn't do that personally.
No.
I don't
But
like
each
the
to their
fruit
own.
cakes.
You don't like
Yeah.
what?
The fruitcake stuff. You
I
when it's like
don't-
a Christmas cake.
Yeah, no, I don't even make
Horrid.
that.
No.
Horrid.
they
I think I've been asked twice in 5 years, and
Yeah. It's
I
so
just say no.
disappointed.
yeah,
I just say no.
Nobody
Don't
wants
bother.
it. It's only your nan that wants it, isn't it?
Pretty
Literally.
much.
Who actually enjoys fruitcake? I feel like they're forcing it.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a bit gross.
So what's your biggest wedding ick other than fruitcake?
Other than
Yeah,
fruitcake.
that's fine. I should have waited. I should have waited.
Damn it.
I don't necessarily think it's cake related, but my sounds awful, doesn't it? Because I don't want brides to think that I'm talking about their mother, but it's the overbearing mothers or like the bragging mothers.
Oh, yep.
So I'm there before the wedding started, as you guys probably would be.
Yeah.
Taking the cake, and the mother is always floating about. She's always got a dressing gown on, which I love the matching dressing gowns. Like
Yeah.
I'm there
They're
for them.
cute.
They're cute.
Yeah.
They are cute. She's already had her hair and makeup done, but she's walking out and she's bragging about everything. And she's coming over and going, "Oh yeah, I've paid for this and I've paid for this," and
Oh,
about
shut
how
up.
much things cost. And everyone has a different budget, and that is just my biggest ick. I can't be doing with it.
Like making it about them almost, isn't it?
Yeah, that and sugared almonds.
Sugared almonds.
I don't know if people, I've seen them a few times. I don't know if people still do them. My sister actually did them, so she's going to murder me when she watches this. They put them in like little boxes, like lacy boxes, and you tie them with a bit of ribbon on top, and they put sugared almonds in them, and it's your
Right.
wedding favour.
I'm confused.
I think
I've not
everybody
seen
used
them.
to
Yeah,
do
they
it.
used to. I've not seen them for a long time.
But yeah,
yeah.
I've seen them a couple of times, but yeah, they're a
They
biggest
were
dick. Like, who
horrible.
wants them?
I know, is that supposed to be nice?
I
don't know.
Is that supposed to be
I don't know
pleasurable
where
for
that came
people?
from.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
How
Yeah.
bizarre.
What is the process then? How far in advance does the order need to be, and when do you actually start, mate? I've always wondered how early do you make the cake for a wedding that's...
So not too early. People
Yeah.
always think that it literally needs to be made the day before.
Yeah.
Once a cake's made and coated, it lasts for 7 days.
Right,
Okay.
okay.
Never lasts as long as a shop bought cake
No,
because they've
not
got all sorts of preservatives and
preservatives,
stuff
yeah.
in them. But if I've got a Saturday wedding, I tend to bake on the Thursday, let it cool, trim all the sponges, and then if I've got time, what I'll do is I'll stack and crumb coat them, which gives it its first layer of icing.
Right.
If I've not got time, they get wrapped in cling film while they're still a little bit warm to keep the moisture in. Otherwise, they go dry.
Okay.
And then nobody wants dry cake.
No.
And then on the Friday, I will ice them however they're being iced, put them in the fridge, and then come back to them in the evening when they're nice and firm, so I can then stack and like lay them on top of each other, build the structure because they have to be like doweled and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then they're left overnight so that they're fully cemented together, so they're pretty sturdy. So I can then get them to the venue.
Do you have any toppolages? Toppolage, is that a word?
A toppolages.
A toppolage? A topple on the way to the venue.
I haven't on the way to the venue. The worst I've had is going to a venue that had got like a back entrance, and it had got a load of like small speed bumps, but they were high, but you couldn't see them. Like the paint had obviously worn off them. And it slid and it hit the back of the boot. And luckily it didn't do much damage. And I always take a repair kit with me. I've got like a little bag with all my stuff in. And I just had to touch up the gold paint on the back. Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. All right. A little first aid kit for cakes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we were doing a photo shoot ages ago at Rookery.
Yeah.
And there was a cake person that had dropped a cake off here. And Hannah, who works in the office, had to transport the cake. Got there fine, all good. Had to bring it back. She had to do an emergency stop, and she smashed the cake all over a dashboard.
Oh,
and
no.
the car stank. She had to have it valeted and everything.
Oh,
jeez. 2 or 3 times.
No.
It's that cream, isn't it? It just stank.
I actually have a sign that I put in the back of my car saying wedding cake on board.
Yeah.
It
Wedding
looks ridiculous, but I have to drive so slow.
Yeah.
I bet.
Especially like round corners and things. And I annoy people. People used to beep at me, overtake me, but then as soon as that sign's in there, everyone calms down.
Yeah. It's just,
Oh, well, that's nice of them
explains it.
to be considerate for a cake. So we've had some customers write in
Okay.
about their dilemmas.
Yeah,
So I'll fire them at you. Are you ready?
I am.
Rachel from Congleton says, we are only having a small wedding and we don't have a huge budget. Is paying lots of money for a nice cake worth it, or shall I just buy a nice one from M&S?
In that sort of situation, I would be completely honest with them because everyone does have a budget. And if they've only got a certain amount to spend on a cake and I'm out of their budget, I'm not going to put myself into their budget and do myself out of money because it's my living.
Yeah.
But also, we could perhaps adapt size, or we could, rather than going for a fully coated cake, we could go for maybe something like a naked cake. We could keep the cost down a little bit with going for artificial flowers rather than fresh flowers from the florist and having them binding things. There's lots of different things we can look at, but I would never compromise on the quality of my work.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't be happy sending stuff out that I'd used cheaper ingredients for.
Yep.
If they want to just keep it smaller and go for a 1-tier cake instead of a 3-tier cake, which people often do, then we just do that instead. And if it's still not in their budget and they want to go for an M&S cake, then go for it because it's your wedding and you've got to have what you want. But I would 100% recommend if you want that big 3-tier style cake, then you've got to spend the money if it's what you want.
Do you find many people do go for shop bought over years?
I don't think I've ever quoted and then they've not booked and they've gone and bought shop bought. I don't think that's ever happened. But people do have them. Yeah,
I see the caterpillars. I mean,
people. Yeah, they like doing them.
With the little ones.
They're a bit quirky, aren't they? Like
they're
fun.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're not bothered at all, then that's probably an option. But no, by the sounds of it, you can adjust.
Yeah,
most
you can adjust somewhat by reducing the size or reducing the style because sometimes they come at you and they have picked the most expensive one because it takes the most work and the most amount of ingredients and whatnot.
But when you were saying it
just
before,
scale back.
when you were saying you bake on Thursday, you're doing all the cling filming and everything.
Yeah,
that all sounds a bit.
It's a whole process.
It's a lot of work. It's
you
not
don't
like,
see that, do you?
It's not an hour in the oven and an hour decorating.
It's not just your usual cake, is it?
It's a long time.
Perfect. Well, we'll go on to the next one. We've got Susie from Trentham. She says, our wedding is in July. Will the cake melt before we've had time to cut it? On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you that this won't happen and it won't collapse?
So it's always a difficult one, especially when you work with buttercream, because buttercream has obviously got a melting point. And once it's been delivered, I'm not there to be able to keep an eye on it. So what I do is I speak to the venues really closely. I've got a tap test. So I ask them to go and wash their hands, go to the back of the cake and just simply tap it. If it feels quite squidgy, it's got to come off show and it's got to go into the fridge for at least 2 hours before it comes back out again. It's the risk that obviously my customers run, but I never had one collapse, thankfully. No. And I personally have to change my ratios when I'm making buttercream. So in the winter, I don't have to make the buttercream as stiff because it will hold, because venues aren't as hot as they might be in the middle of July. So I just make my buttercream a little bit thicker, which doesn't affect the taste an awful lot. But it just means that cake stays.
Survives.
Yeah.
So do you hate marquees? Marquee ways?
They're not my favourite.
Yeah, I mean, we have enough problems with sweet carts. So I can't even imagine what
with
cake.
multi-sweets.
I can
just
imagine,
a hard ball of midget gem.
No, so sometimes I will just deliver a little bit later. So normally I would deliver before guests had even arrived for the ceremony, or whilst they're at church, wherever they're getting married. Because if someone's getting married at 1, guests normally start arriving by 12. I will go in before that, so I'm fully out of the way and nobody's catching me in my hoodie and my Crocs.
We've been chatting about Crocs at weddings, haven't we?
Crocs comes up every time.
It does, every single time.
I'm on board with it. I love it.
Glad you are. I've been fighting the opposite. No Crocs.
Brilliant. So I'm normally out of the way, but if it's a particularly hot day and they've gone for a naked cake or a semi-naked cake, I ask that, look, I can bring it later, then we're confident it's going to last through into the evening until the cake cut-in, like the official cut-in with the bride and groom.
Perfect. Yeah, I always wondered how they didn't just, because I know it shows, they put them under the aircon.
Do they?
Yeah. So you send me to shows and you don't do them.
I have got a venue that every time I go to, I don't tell them, but they've got an electric radiator right next to their cake table. I mean, you might know where it is, and they will definitely know where it is if they watch this, and then I turn it off every time and I don't ask. Because if they want the cake to stay up,
it's going to melt the cake.
It's blaring heat out. But they do also have lots of dowels in, so it's not just like sponge on sponge.
You've got like a straw, isn't it?
Yeah, they are. They're like big, like thick straws that you put them in, and then the next cake is on a board, and they just sit on top of each other.
Got you.
They shouldn't really.
Do you have to do different densities?
So depending on how many people they want to feed will depend on how thick the layers are inside a cake. So most of my cakes, each tier tends to have 3 layers inside, and they're normally about that thick.
Right.
And then you get your filling in between.
Right.
But yeah, sometimes I never go thicker than that because you don't want a dense cake. So I sometimes have to reduce the height down a little bit, but then put an extra layer in just so they can get the heights that they want.
Got you.
Off the cake.
Oh, there's a lot to it, isn't there?
There is a lot to it. It's like a whole art. I didn't realise that it was this intense. Okay, next one. Samantha from Chester. Oh, she agrees with us. I'd rather eat worms than fruitcake, but my fiancé says it's traditional and won't let me choose a different flavour. What do I do?
I'm not sure because I wouldn't make the cake.
No. And is it that traditional anymore?
It's not. No, it is only your nan and granddad that want a slice of fruitcake. So I don't make fruitcake. In 5 years, I've been asked for it twice. I personally don't want to serve a cake that I don't enjoy making or don't like myself. And it would just be left because there wouldn't be enough people that liked it. So I think that's their argument to have.
Could you do a really tiny top tier, like this big, and just give it him?
I think you'd
really
possibly,
want it that much.
Yeah, you'd just have to maybe get somebody to make just a small one and just have it to the side and not actually have it on the
What
cake.
was her name? Samantha's fiance. You need to get a grip.
She needs to go to M&S.
Get over the
fruitcake.
fruitcake. Go to M&S. Get over the fruitcake. It's not happening.
No, it's not.
Okay, we've got another local one. So it's Olivia from Biddulph. She says, should we save the top tier for our anniversary or just demolish it all on the honeymoon?
I mean, I would 100% demolish it.
I would too.
Because who can wait that long for cake?
Yeah, I wouldn't have much option there.
I'll just make you another one.
Yeah,
it's
just get
fine.
another one. Yeah, because people say to freeze it, don't they?
Yeah, and you can. You have to like wrap it really well. You
Does
can
that work
freeze
though?
them.
Does it taste the same?
I don't really recommend. I don't freeze cake, so I wouldn't make a cake, freeze it, and then take it back out and make it into a wedding cake.
No.
That's just not my practice. I like to make everything fresh.
Yeah.
But if you are going straight on honeymoon and you've asked you want to save some cake, wrap it, put it in the freezer. Get it out when you get back. Let it thaw through, and it's absolutely fine to eat. You wouldn't know.
Right. Well, fair enough.
I wouldn't even think to freeze my cake.
No.
It's because we'd be eating it.
It's because we're normal and actually eat the
Actually,
whole thing.
Stuff it, yeah.
Can't imagine saving it. Right. That's all my questions. Do you have anything that you want to add?
I don't think so.
Any more
Easy
questions
as that.
from you, Paul?
No, you've pretty much gone through it very articulately.
I hope so.
Articulately. Unlike you.
Yeah, I
There's
can't
been
say
some
it.
funny words in this, hasn't there?
I know, there's been some strange words. How can customers find you?
So I am on Facebook and Instagram. I'm currently creating my website because I feel like I can't get on any longer without one.
Yeah, just
Like
gets that
not
point,
everyone is
doesn't
on
it?
social media.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna start to get that reached soon. So that will be live at some point when I've finished.
Yeah.
But yeah, Facebook, Instagram, email, my number's out there. You should just be able to find me on Google to find my number and whatnot before my website's there.
And are you still doing birthdays and things? Or
Yeah,
are you
so I still do birthdays. I do love doing the weddings over the birthdays.
Yeah.
So, and the weddings get booked more in advance than birthdays do. So if I get 3 or 4 weddings in on a weekend, then I can't fit birthday cakes in. So sometimes I do a lot, sometimes I don't do many.
Fair enough. Do you go to wedding shows though?
Yeah, so I do a few. Recommended supplier at a couple of places. But I don't try and do loads because I can't travel too far with a cake.
No.
Because I
wouldn't
can,
think of
but it's
that.
risky.
Yeah.
Even in the middle of winter, you have to travel with your aircon on, and people
Yeah.
laugh at me when I'm turning up in my fluffy socks.
you're like,
but I'm
shivering.
literally I'm freezing. So yeah, I don't like to travel too far. I think like
Makes
North
sense.
Liverpool is the furthest I've been, and I wouldn't want to go further.
No,
No.
It's a bit scary.
we should make that rule.
We should. Make my life a lot easier.
It would. Anyway, thank you so much for coming on. It's
Thank
been
you.
a pleasure.
Yeah.
And
I
we will
hope that-
see you all next week. Say bye.
Bye.
He never says it.